We're just about to reach the peak of summer where temperatures can get to be their hottest and things can just start to get intense. Everything's like heightened. And it's good to remember the old yin and yang symbol, right? Because in that symbol, it reminds us that there is always a little seed of the yin in the yang and a little seed of the yang in the yin. And so today, during the mindful bird sit, we're going to focus on finding the yin within this time of great yang. So if you'd like to join me for that today, stick around. Thanks for joining the Mindful Bird Sit. If you're new here, my name is Christy, and I help people connect deeply with birds and nature while boosting their skills, elevating their confidence, and helping them to fall more in love with life. If that's something you'd like to do, please consider subscribing and sticking around. You can also join any number of my online courses like Identify Any Bird Anywhere. All right, let's get started. So today's mindfulness practice was inspired by actually this woman that I do a class of hers every Sunday morning. She was speaking yesterday about how we are now we're approaching the zenith of summer. And so in, Chinese philosophy, there's the yin and the yang and yang. And I know it's kind of like cliche, like a lot of people talk about it, but if we really think about it, it's a very ancient symbol and an ancient idea. And it's this idea that in the yang, which is the masculine, the fire, the hot, like the summertime, within that, there's the seed of the yang, the yin, and then vice versa. Within the yin, which is the feminine, the soft, the gentle, the receptive, the dark. Within the yin, there's the seed of the yang. And so right now, since we're approaching that pinnacle of the yang, of the intense fire, of the heat of summer and go, 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 and all that kind of stuff, it's important to remember that there's still the seed of the yin in there. And so I just thought it might be nice for us, since maybe some of us are feeling that like fire right now, feeling the intensity, whether it's physical, like we're physically feeling the heat, or just like the going of summer, like the days are long and you can do so much. And so it might be nice to find the yin, to remember that the yin is still out there, that the seed of the yin still exists within this time of the yang. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to focus on that for our bird sit. What we always do at the bird sit, if you're new here, I lead you through a practice, and then at the end we have a chat and we talk about what came up for folks. And often a lot of really just impressive but also impactful stories emerge, and then we talk about birds and whatnot. So you're welcome to stay for that. You don't even have to chat if you don't want to. You can just listen in during that portion. So just know you're welcome to be there in any capacity that you're there. So, all right, let's get started. So find a nice comfortable spot. It looks like a lot of you are outside. Wow, good job, everybody. And if you're inside, I know it's for a very good reason. It's probably wicked hot where you are, or raining, or whatever. So just settle into wherever you are. If you are inside, please do crack a window. Most of our work today will be focused on our eyes, so it will be a visual practice, though we will be listening too, because we can listen for the yin as well. We don't have to just look for it. So yeah, so crack a window or sit in front of one, have a nice view in front of you. You can change your view if you want to, or your vantage point. That's completely fine as well. We'll let Gabrielle in here. Yay, Gabrielle made it early this time. Good job. Good job, Gabrielle. You made it. Yay, good job. All right, so take a nice deep breath, everybody. Go ahead and put your feet on the floor, or if you're sitting cross-legged, you can just feel your butt on the ground. So wherever you are in contact with the earth, even though the earth might be the floor underneath your feet. So whatever might be in contact with the earth if we were sitting outside on the ground. So just take a moment and connect with that part of your body. Maybe your feet, maybe your butt. And there are wind chimes behind me. I will mute myself from time to time, but you may or may not hear them. You can close your eyes if you'd like to, if that helps you to feel more connected to this moment, to yourself. And really tap into the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet right now. You can feel them, feel your toes, your heel, the center of your foot. And just notice the softness that exists there, even though this is the part of our body that touches the earth and walks and moves and does so much work for us, it's still relatively soft and cushioned. So go ahead and just connect with that part of your body right now, feeling the softness, as that's what we're focused on today, looking for the yin, the softness in our experience. And as you feel that yin, that softness in your feet, just send your intention, your attention down to the earth and go as deep as you want to go, just feeling the earth this morning beneath your feet. What's her experience like right now? Is it cold? Is it slow? Is it dark? Again, the yin is a darkness. It's the dark, not dark like bad or negative, but just dark, like softer, quieter. The nighttime when we rest, it's that dark, the restfulness of darkness. And maybe you've gone so deep that it's actually starting to get warm and hot. Wherever you are, just allow yourself to linger there for just a moment. Feeling that connection as if there's, you could say, a tube or maybe even roots going down into the earth from your feet. And just feeling the flow of whatever it is, if it's energy for you, if it's just the connection between you and the earth, allow yourself to feel that. Feel that flow between your body and the earth as if you are a rooted tree. Good work. And now just slowly start to bring your attention back up to your feet. You can wiggle your toes a little bit, bringing yourself back to above the earth now. And now noticing your ankles. And we're going to slowly move our awareness, just touching in with those important junctures in our body. So our ankles, our knees. And just spend a moment, spend a breath at each spot, giving some attention, some love, finding the softness, the gentleness in those places. And maybe you don't feel gentleness. Maybe your knees are feeling, crotchety this morning, but so you can give them some softness and some gentleness right now, just for all the work that they've done for all these years. Send them some gentleness if you can't find it there. And then you can move to your hips. This beautiful, big holding place in our body holds lots of emotions. And then you can go up to your shoulders. You can even give them a little roll if you like to. Give some attention and love to your shoulders right now. And then to your elbows. We don't really pay much attention to our elbows unless we bump them. And then we pay lots of attention to them. Just giving some love to your elbows right now, and then down to your wrists. You can roll your wrists a little bit if you want to really feel that joint. Again, looking for the gentleness, the softness in that joint, even if it might be a little stiff or a lot stiff. Where is the softness in that joint? And then your fingers, you can give your fingers a little wiggle, feeling each of the joints in your fingers. And then we'll flow nicely back up to our neck. And you can tip your neck from side to side, feeling the connection with the rest of your body, with your spine. And then going all the way to the crown of your head. And so we've traveled all the way from the earth through our body, And now all the way up to the crown of our head, to the sky. And see how far up you can go, up to the stars, up to the sun, the moon. And just notice what your connection is with the darkness even up there in the sky above us. Beautiful work. So just send a big bundle of love to yourself right now. And take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring your attention to your ears right now and start to listen to the sounds that are around you. We'll start first with the sounds that are the closest. So maybe even your breath. And then you can slowly start to expand out, doing a spiral around your body, going further and further out from the center of your body, listening for the sounds, those who are your friends and your neighbors right now, whether they're human or animal or bird or tree or plant, whatever it is. Go ahead and expand your awareness of your listening all around you. Beautiful. So take a nice deep breath in, filling your lungs completely, full, full, full. Suck your belly in, and then exhale, pushing it out, pushing it out. Now you suck your belly in. Sorry, I did the opposite. Go ahead and push your belly to your spine as you exhale, and take one more nice deep breath in. And your inhale. And then contracting your rib cage on your exhale all the way down to your belly button, and then holding for the last moment of your breath as you squeeze your belly button in. And then now you can return back to a normal breath. And as you do, go ahead and open your eyes and just notice the world around you. Notice how it might be different from when you first sat down if you do have your eyes closed. And so just in a nice gentle way, you're going to find a point off in the distance about 20 to 50 feet away from you. Focus on that point, and then allow your vision to slowly expand in all directions, above and below, right and left, getting softer and softer as it goes. Again, staying on theme for this morning with finding the yin. So allowing your vision in your eyes just to get really soft. And then notice what you see, what you start to perceive when your vision is soft like this. Good work. So from this really nice, soft, gentle place, from the yin of your eyes, from the softness of your eyes, we'll be looking for the yin, or the softness, the gentleness that exists in the world right now, even though we are approaching the zenith of summer, that most yang time of the year. So as you look out, we're going to begin first by looking on the ground. So just looking on the ground for the softness, the gentleness, maybe even the darkness, the coolness. Where can you find that? So just allow your eyes to stay in owl eyes, and we'll just keep our focus as much as you can on the ground. And again, this is the mindfulness piece of this. You might get distracted and want to look up, but keep returning your eyes, your gaze, and your listening, all of your attention back down to the earth, back down to the ground. And I'll let you know when we will shift to a new location to look at. So we'll stay in this for the next couple of minutes. Good work, everybody. So go ahead now and shift your attention, looking for the yin in the plants. So the plant world. You can raise your vision up a little bit higher, looking to the plants. We won't go as high as the shrubs yet, but just like your flowers and whatnot that are around. And if you don't have any flowers around, then just imagine that height out there on the landscape. Okay, good work. So let's shift our attention now up to shrub height. So again, anything you see, whether it's animal, plants, bird, insect, just looking for the softness, the yin, the darkness, the cool, the receptivity. Enjoy. Nice job. All right, so now let's shift our eyes and our gaze up a little higher and also our listening up toward the tree height. So you can go to the tops of the trees or, somewhere between shrub and the top of the tree height is where we'll be looking now, looking and listening. Okay, nice. So you can shift your attention and your awareness now to, let's do to the air and the sky. So both listening to the wind, to the air around us, and then also whatever's in the sky. So any direction, you don't have to just stay focused on one specific spot. You can gaze around if you'd like to. All right, and so for our final gaze, let's turn our gaze back toward ourselves. And if you want to, you can close your eyes for this portion or just stay in owl eyes. Find one point off in the distance to look at, but turn your sort of inner gaze back towards yourself, looking for the parts of yourself that are yin, that are gentle, soft, receptive. Beautiful. So take the next moment to offer gratitude or a blessing to any of the ones that you connected with today, including yourself. All right. So when you're feeling ready, you can return back to us. And anyone that wants to share, anyone that needs to head out, thank you for coming. It was a pleasure to have you all here today. But if you'd like to stay for our chat, of course, you're welcome. And who would like to begin? Who would like to share what occurred for them this morning? Yeah, Gabrielle, please go for it.
It's very gray and almost dark here, which is not like summer. And I just can't believe how much happened in this session, just how much I noticed um, that I wouldn't have noticed if we had not done this. And I've been really focused on in consciousness, kind of in being more balanced between my yin and yang. And so just focusing in on yang, um, the word that kept coming for me is reciprocity. Like what am I taking in as well as giving? And I just had so many deep, deep realizations as we did this. I haven't quite got the words for it. One of the things that got to me was I'm sitting in front of a very tall Brazilian pepper trees, lots of green. But when I started focusing in on it, I saw that there were, well, bougainvillea, just lots of red bougainvillea. Um, and there were ferns that were kind of hidden in the canopy. And there were little of the peppers starting to blossom. And just things I wouldn't have noticed had I not done this particular awareness. Anyway, there was lots more, but that's kind of the highlight. So thank you.
It's beautiful, Gabrielle. You're welcome. Yeah, how lovely. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Catherine, please.
First of all, I'm happy to be here. Normally, I teach on Mondays, but I'm not home. So this is the first time I've ever been able to join in all the years of you offering this. Um, I really appreciated the focus on yin. I had an extremely young day. I traveled from Oakland, California to Philadelphia. I went from 2 months of cold, gloomy fog. I literally wearing wool socks in the summer to 90-degree, 100% humidity. So it's like, wow, that was really young. Um, and I just, so first of all, I'm in my sister's backyard and I'm going to turn my camera around because basically they've been living here for 40 years and her husband has turned this into a bird sanctuary. So I'm going to turn this around so you can just see, I hope you can see just how this used to be like a lawn with woods way in the back. And he's been planting trees and growing it in. And it's just, and it's also a whole nother set of birds than who I have at home. And my one observation or that I'll share is how young bird ID is, because I'm in a situation where it's not my Junko who's always hopping around, but it's a what is that? Like a woodpecker came, and I have a nuttails in my apple tree all the time, but it's like, oh, snowy downy. What did we talk about the other? Like immediately going into that mental activity of bird ID instead of just being able to sit down and just sort of feel what's going on in the space. So that was really, really lovely.
Yeah, how interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way, but you're absolutely right. It's just, it's not bad or wrong or better or worse. It's just different. It's like it is a very young activity, right? It's just like figure it out. Like it's kind of got that like energy to it. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Right. Like and bird song, it's like, wait a minute, what was that? What does an ovenbird say? Would there be ovenbirds here? Like I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And this and
Yeah.
Catherine, slow it down, young. It's great. It's really cool.
Yeah. And I mean, traveling like that, it is like you're right. It's a very young activity, and going to a new place and being so excited, like the excitement, the enthusiasm is the fire. So it's like,
Yeah.
no need to squelch that, but at the same time, just in this practice, it is interesting, like how you were able to see the contrast, and
Yeah.
see
And it's
how much.
about not getting swept up,
Yeah,
right? Being able to
yeah.
hold both and not just getting swept up into one, which can be really enticing.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well done. High five. Nice job. Thanks, Catherine. Yay. All right, who else would like to share? Well, I can go. Yeah, and then Susie. For me, there was a couple of things that happened. one, it's kind of like what Gabrielle was saying, like there was just a lot. Like I don't think I'd realized until I asked myself the question, that I was realizing how much of the gentleness and the softness there really is out there, even in the midst of summer. And one of the things I saw was there's some, I think they're fir trees outside, and the way they look, the tops of them kind of have like, it's like a woman dancing. They have their hands like this, or they're what do you call them? Not fronds, but whatever, the branches, I suppose, the top of the branches of the fir trees. Just it reminded me of like a woman dancing, and it felt like so soft in that way of just like this ballet dancer or something. So that was super beautiful. And oh, and the other thing that came to me was just thinking when I think we were at like the plant level and the shrub level, just how many kisses are being given and received right now with like all the insects and the plants and the flowers, and just like in this one moment, like how many flowers are being kissed by insects and vice versa, and there's just all this like it's like gentle touching that's happening out there in the world. And I was like, wow, I hadn't really thought about it, but it just feels so sweet when you think about like the insect and the plant connection and relationship there. Yeah, so that was my experience. And I saw Susie's hand. Yeah, go for it, Susie.
Well,
Oh yeah.
my experience was a little different. But yin and yang, I I felt that as I was looking out into the backyard with these big trees, big tulip trees, all of a sudden I saw this heart, heart shape that kind of opens up into the sky. And I had this feeling that the trees were inviting me to come in and be one with them. It uh, it was a great feeling that I feel like they're they're part of me now. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's a great feeling. I don't know what that has to do with yin and yang, but maybe the separateness that I was feeling before. The forest is there. I'm here now. I feel like kind of one with them.
Yeah. And that does align with the yin, because the yin is receptive. So your willingness to receive that invitation.
Oh,
Yeah, and that relationship, and what a beautiful thing, Susie, to feel that welcoming, that like they're reaching out, and the connection of that you're not separate, especially in a place I know that you're relatively new to that area, so to kind of feel the welcoming of your new friends.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aw, I love that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the feedback.
Sure, sure, sure. Thanks for the inspiration. Lovely. Who else would like to share? And it could be different than everybody else. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Anne-Marie, go for it.
Well, there's a lovely breeze today, which when you're out in the sun though, it's like 93 or whatever. So on the deck, it's lovely. But I was noticing all of the spots of shade that make the coolness and around the bird baths that my birds like to visit, and underneath the tulip tree grove that I have, and just different variations, like you said, like that the trees are kind of dancing in the breeze, but each level of my pines, there's shade underneath of the top level, and other places each bush and tree provides like a different little sanctuary. And between the cicadas and the lantern flies, even though things are starting to eat them, there's tons of insects flying around. So yeah, I can get that I get lots of kisses while I'm outside. Not that I wanted them, but I've learned to kind of unless I write in my face, I don't mind them as much. And that helps me when I'm out birding too, because I can hold still longer. So I learned to appreciate every little thing, as long as it's not taking a bite, it's kind of interesting. It's checking me out too. Why am I here? So uh, it was nice there, even though it's really hot. There's gentle and soft respite places here. So
Yeah, yeah. Well done, Anne Marie, for finding all that. And yeah, I know it's really hot where you are, and it's been hot for a long time. And so, yeah, I wonder, like, just that feeling of finding the coolness, finding the softness in that, how that must feel, just for yourself, of like, okay, maybe there are some places that aren't quite so like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you. I want to say, we'll keep going on, but just for those of you had, Susie and Gabrielle like specifically mentioned it, but when you say like it's hard to put to words, that's perfectly fine. And one thing I'll encourage you to do, oh, it says my internet's unstable. Okay, I hope it's not too choppy. One thing I'll encourage you to do is like you don't have to share too much of that experience if you don't want to with us, but before you stand up today, or maybe when you go back inside, just journal a little bit about that, so that it doesn't just slip away, and so you're able to remember what that experience was for yourself, and just hold that close to you. Anyone else that had, a special moment this morning with this? Yeah. Who else would like to share? Anne, please. Yeah, go for it.
My moment came when we were just doing our breathing and you had us sitting with our feet. And I was thinking yin, yang, hot. And I imagined when I visited a lake last weekend and we were all hot and I walked into the lake and it wasn't the kind where it's cold and you're going, ooh, ooh. It was just like, ah. And I started walking out slower and slower. And as you did the breathing, I was walking deeper in the water. And this was a lake that had some sandiness, but when you got out deeper, it was a little murky. And then I just got up where I was feeling the coolness. So I was the yang, and the lake was the yin, and it was that circle, and I was that dot. And I thought, you said take it with you. I said, I'm going to try that. When you're laying down at night and you're saying, relax feet, relax hands. I'm going to imagine walking in that water. I'm always hot. And it just felt so good that day at the lake. So that's where I'm going. And the rain drove me in. So I was outside and it's raining again.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that image. I want to try that as well. I felt like I was really there with you when you were describing that. Yeah. Oh man, thanks, Anne. I love that. Thank you. All right, who else would like to share? Joy, please.
Well, thank you, Christy. I feel really calm and peaceful myself now after that. It was lovely. Starting on the ground, I've got clover in front of me here and lots of bees, and they were being very yin, going from flower to flower as though they had all the time in the world to just make it through. And I was watching them, and then this black squirrel came up and lay down in the grass and spread itself out. It's very hot here today, so he was cooling himself off in the I guess cool grass, and he stayed there for quite a while. So, oh, how lovely to be able to see that! Because of course squirrels are usually all over the place, but this one was not. He was just resting there. It was a black squirrel, and then it's a nice breeze going, so that was lovely and calming too. But then I got into thinking about the human sounds. There is quite a bit of construction going on not too far from me, which is, of course, very loud and noisy. But then all of a sudden, a small plane flew over in a very casual, calm way. And I thought, oh, even the human sounds today, there's a yin side to them. The plane, I think, was who knows where it was going or where it had come from. It was just going along in its merry way, nice and calm and peaceful, and okay, that's all right too. So that was my experience this morning. So thank you very much, Christy.
Yeah, you're welcome. I love hearing that, Joy. And that reminds me of I don't know, what people often encourage folks who live next to like a highway or something. They say, oh, just, turn kind of transform the highway sound into the sound of water, you know, or like the ocean and stuff. And that can help sometimes when you sort of can transform it. And I love the image of it did feel calm, imagining that plane just kind of like going overhead. And you're right, like when you see them flying, they're just steady, you know, this nice gentle steadiness. And I'll think about that now with them. Yeah. Thank you, Joy. That's great. Anybody else? Okay. Well, I think all of you, is anyone here not in the roost currently? I think everyone, Gabrielle, you might not be, are you? Yeah, because the invitation for that went out to everyone who participated in the festival, and I don't think that you had done the festival. So in the next month or so, I'm going to open up. It's a thing that I think everyone here is part of the Roost. It's a new birding community that we have. And I'm going to open that up to everyone. I just did a small group of folks, anyone who participated in the festival, I opened it up to. But I just wanted to let you guys know to keep your ears and eyes out for that if you're not currently a member of it. But it's just a small monthly fee, and we do all sorts of cool stuff together. I actually thought of a new idea this morning while I was doing my meditation. And so anyway, yeah, we have fun there, and I'm just excited to open it up to lots of people. And yeah, so thank you, everybody. And we're on for next Monday. I think all is good. And other than that, we'll see you soon. Sound good? Yeah. All right. Keep looking for the yin this week.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank
Christy.
you. All right. See you later.